What is up, Reds? We are less than 48 hours away from the Merseyside derby, perhaps of the last decade, okay? This match, let me just go on a rant for a second. This match is a big deal. It's a big freaking deal, okay? Everton, I personally, since I've been supporting Liverpool, haven't seen Everton playing this well, nor this high in the table, to be fair, okay? Now, what's going to happen? It's like Klopp against Ancelotti, right? Firmino, James Rodriguez, right? Is Jota going to play, right? Adrian's in goal. Pickford's in goal. Both in trash form right now. I mean, no fans. We don't play well at Goodison. Everything, the table is set for an amazing match. And honestly, that is all I ask for. Like, I get more excited for matches. Not only that it's a derby, guys. I get more excited for matches that are flat out just gonna be good matches, right? Like the primetime matches. Like, not when we're playing like a Bournemouth, right? These are the matches you want. You want to see your team go up against quality sides and prove themselves, right? And to be fair, we have to prove ourselves because really our defense has been kind of crap recently, right? But that's my rant for the opening, guys. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the Merseyside Derby match preview show. I'm your host, Kyle, and we got some people in the chat, all right? We got Abdallah here, LFC Gamer, Tony Madden in the chat, all right? Liz Golden, Pickford with the dinosaur arms. I finally get that now. And yeah, some people are saying they're tense for the match. So as always, guys, leave your thoughts throughout the show in the chat. And of course, if you're new and you enjoy the live streams, give it a thumbs up, right? Let's try to get to 100 thumbs up here, all right? And of course, if you're new as well, subscribe to the channel for more live streams. So let's talk a little bit about our form, right? Everton are unbeaten in the Premier League, okay? The good news is for us, we're coming back from a ton of injuries as well as players testing positive for the virus. So let's look at that, right? Matip, we're not sure if Matip's going to be fully healthy to start in the squad, okay? But Thiago and Henderson are back, all right? Huge news, okay? I'm just going to give you one of my starting 11 right away. I'm telling you right now, Henderson starts, okay? I think that's a big thing for us. I think that Thiago and, of course, Mane's back as well, okay? The biggest loss, we all know, Alisson. Alisson's out, okay? Nothing we could do about that. Let's move on. Let's support Adrian, okay? And I'll talk about Pickford and Adrian in a second because I think it's going to be a matchup of goalkeepers, to be completely fair. More so, international break. Klopp's got some decisions to make, guys, all right? Jota and Minamino, excellent form over the international break. You know what I mean? So he's got some decisions to make who starts. Another thing to that point, according to a lot of different podcasts I've listened to, a lot of different Liverpool fan social media pages that I follow, I haven't verified it. I just want to get that out of the way. Salah, Mane, and Firmino have not started together in a Merseyside derby under Klopp. That's an interesting fact, and I didn't even really notice it until I read that. But I went back, and of course, because, this whole week I've been watching every Merseyside derby since like 2010, basically, just getting ready. And I just want to say real quick, Mignolet had an excellent game against, at Goodison. I just thought it was so crazy because Mignolet, I'm very outspoken about Mignolet, but I was watching this game, I think it was 2013, when Lukaku had the long braids, and it was just absolutely crazy. Mignolet's game, I just wanted to say that. But, so, Everton, we have problems scoring there, guys. We have problems scoring at Goodison Park, okay? It doesn't matter if there's fans in the stadium. It doesn't matter if there's no fans in the stadium. It doesn't matter if Pickford's in goal, Tim Howard, it doesn't matter. We have trouble scoring there, at least in the last couple of years, okay? So, Klopp has decisions to make. Does he go with hot players like Jota, right? Jota had an amazing international break. Firmino had an amazing international break. Or, like I believe in 2017-18, he completely changed systems and he put Salah as like a second striker, center attacking mid behind Origi. And we were in like a 4-2-3-1. I mean, there's a lot of, it's very interesting when you think about the tactics that go into this game. Another thing, Ancelotti, right? Let me know what you guys think about this. Ancelotti in a 4-4-2 is dangerous. Okay. Who knows if he's going to play that? It looks like he's been playing a 4-3-3. But, okay, in that, if he goes with a 4-4-2, when he was at Napoli, we struggle against that, guys. We struggle against that. All right. So, front three, that's going to be a big thing. I think the front three start, the normal front three. I think Klopp rewrites history and he starts them, right? Let me know what you guys think down there. All right. And then, of course, we'll get into the lineup a little later. I'm going to get in. I want to read some of the chats here. So let's go back up here. All right. Oh, up the red saying Mane is clutch. I 100% agree. Okay. Now, Abdallah, I'll put this one up on the screen here. He thinks if we play 50% of our best performance, we'll get that 3 points easily. Everton hasn't gone through against a hard challenge yet. To be fair, in terms of a quality side, yeah, I agree with you. But that doesn't change the fact that Everton have something to prove. And I think they also have the performances so far this season to back it up, right? Or at least to back up their confidence, right? Because to be fair, Everton is the team with the pressure, I think, in my opinion. I don't think Liverpool have any pressure in this game except not to lose. Everton, with this hot start they had, right? There's a lot of pressure there. Like, can Everton keep it up, or are Everton just going to fall back to what they usually do and they're going to end up losing to Liverpool, right? That's the thing. But it must be said, Everton are in great form, and this is not only the most excited I've been for a Merseyside derby in a while, but it's also the most nervous I've been because of the form Everton are in and the way Ancelotti has that squad playing. Now, it must be talked about, okay? Adrian and Pickford, okay? I think it's going to be a matchup of goalkeepers because we all know dinosaur arms, as a lot of y'all call them, right? T-Rex arms. Jordan Pickford is just a weird keeper, man. He'll chase balls that are like 8 feet wide of the post and lay out for him. It's kind of funny. And you know, he occasionally he'll show his quality, right? But I'm not confident just watching him, and I'm not even an Everton fan, right? And then there's Adrian, right? We can't do anything about that. Adrian's going to be in goal. If you say you'd rather have Kelleher, you're smoking crack. I really think so, because Adrian is a veteran, okay? It doesn't matter if he's made mistakes, right? But I think Adrian is the right way to go. That's my opinion. And of course, everyone's going to be nervous, right? Everyone's going to be nervous with Adrian in goal. But the goalkeeper game, both goalkeepers have pressure on them, okay? So it's going to be up to the goalkeepers to put their foot in the sand first and say, look, I'm not making a mistake first, okay? I think the first goalkeeper to make a mistake is going to end up losing the match. But let's get into here. So, yeah, they never started derby together. That's right. All right. Tony Madden, here we go. Let's start it off. Everton are more attack-minded now, which should give us some opportunities more than all the times they parked the bus against us. True, Tony. So let me ask you this question, and I'll ask everyone this question. Do you think Ancelotti changes up this attacking style that they've had success with over the first 4 matches and go back to a 4-4-2 that he consistently did when he was at Napoli, especially against Liverpool? Do you think he does that? You know, it's possible. It's completely possible. I think you can't. What's the saying? I always mix this up. I've mixed this up on the stream before. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's what I'm thinking, all right? So we could play 80% good and one Adrian mistake, it's done. Yeah, you know, to be fair, that's right. But hopefully we're not in a situation where it's so tight that one mistake, you know, loses us the game. So I think Adrian, here we go. Liz Golden, welcome to the chat. Welcome everyone in the chat. Haseen Khalif Bag, Norm Peterson's Barstool. What's up? I think Adrian will do well as long as our back line keeps their heads out of their asses. Very, very fair. And here's my thought with the whole back line thing, right? Because Everton have proven this season so far, like Tony Madden said, their attacking is what has won them games, right? So I think Klopp has addressed this high line deficiency recently, right? So what we've seen is that the high line, especially against Aston Villa, and really it was just exposed against Aston Villa. And I'm not saying the high line is a bad idea because it has proven for us in the past to be very good, especially in offside situations, okay? Van Dijk is good at ordering the back line to push forward when they need to, okay? So with that out of the way, if we just play like we normally play, especially with Henderson in the lineup, meaning Henderson tracks back and gets in front of the ball or behind the ball technically, and helps out those wide players like Trent and Robbo, okay, we won't have the problem where we're tracking back with just 2 people defending and open space for the attackers. We won't have that problem, okay? And I think Klopp has addressed that. If we can fix that, okay, if Henderson's there, oh man, it's going to be a tough midfield. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Henderson, Thiago, Fabinho, right, in that midfield, where Thiago and Henderson are tracking back, helping out the wide areas. That would be a big help, and that would literally prevent, if we did that against Villa, that would have prevented at least 2 of the goals, all right? But that's what we need to address, okay? And I think if we can hold that line and at least not be as leaky as we were, we're going to hold up just fine, and we've proven it time and time again. So let's go LFC game. We're talking about Adrian. Adrian's not good enough. He was not good enough for West Ham, and you have fans that say trust in Adrian. Look, what else are you going to do, though, buddy? I mean, seriously, how are you not going to have trust in a player that has to play? He's our backup keeper. You know what I mean? And I'm going to keep it 100 with everybody. I trust in Adrian more than I trust in Kelleher. I'm just being frank. But to be fair, I acknowledge that he has messed up. He can be crap at times, right? But you should be able to critique players and support players at the same time. Tony Madden saying we have Thiago as an ace in the hole to bring on to hit them through the middle. Yeah, and he brings that creativity aspect too. So if we have the engine in Henderson, creativity in Thiago, and then who knows, Wijnaldum or Fabinho, whoever Klopp decides to go with, shoot, we don't know, guys. We don't know. He could go, well, actually, no, not with Keita, but you'll never know. JK135, don't worry about being late, man. We're just chilling. Hope you didn't miss too much. What's up, Reds? Thanks for being here. Keita actually didn't catch the virus. So he tested positive, but then he tested negative. At least that's what I'm reading. So we don't know anything about that. But Brian Brown here saying, I said before I would take Karius over Adrian, but everyone laughed. Now, James Pierce pointed out something very interesting on Twitter the other day, guys. And let me know what you think about this in the chat. So obviously, the club has spoken. Karius is out on loan at Union Berlin or Union Berlin, however you want to say it. And Adrian is at, Adrian is at the club. Okay. That says a lot about the confidence. Okay. He also thinks, and I don't know if I agree with this necessarily, he also thinks that the reason that Adrian's at the club is because he is a flat out better keeper. Okay. He doesn't think it's because Karius made that one mistake. So that's an interesting take. I actually really enjoyed reading that. So Shane is saying our defense should be a solid rock against. Our defense should be solid rock against Villa, else we'll suffer. But I'm more confident in our attacks with Mane's return. Yeah, Mane coming back is crucial to the success in this game. All right, and even without Mane, Jota's form in international break gives me a little more confidence. Okay, so let's go here. Karius was good till the final, right? Yeah, Brian, we know. Yeah, and the final just ruined it. Matip is huge. He has great communication with Virgil van Dijk. Right. And another thing, Gomez and Van Dijk together, Gomez has been shaky, right? But Matip, in my opinion, and everyone differs, I think Matip maybe isn't a better defender, but he just looks more solid and I'm more confident with him at the back. That's just me personally. I also think Joe Gomez has just gone through a bad run of form recently, but who knows? Klopp could just start him. I think Matip starts, but who knows if Matip is ready? You know what I mean? So, yeah. So let me get into my lineup prediction, okay? Because this is going to be a big thing. We got to have players up front that are going to press Pickford, okay? Because we know Pickford under pressure isn't the best distributor. Yeah, he has a cannon for a foot, okay? But we need a front line that's going to be able to press and knows how to press and win the ball back high up the field, okay? If we're still going to continue to play that high line, we're going to have to press, and we didn't press at all against Aston Villa. You could bring it down to Mane not being there to start the press, or you could just bring it down to us, like I said before, rainy day, lazy before the international break, whatever it is. But I think Firmino gets the start, okay? A lot of people calling for Jota because of the international break. I'd make the argument, look at Firmino. Firmino, he just slots into this game perfectly. A leader in the press and a player that's going to play through the middle of the field. But it must be said, he needs to start scoring goals. He has 2 assists to his credit so far this season, but he needs to start scoring goals. And like I said earlier in the show, I think Klopp rewrites history and the front 3 start. Okay, I think they do. I think Mane comes back, obviously, and I think Salah's up there as well. Salah's didn't have international duty, so he's been at Melwood training the whole time. It's going to be an excellent match to watch with those front three. The midfield is the tricky part. Actually, so is the back line, okay? The midfield is tricky. I think Fabinho gets the start, okay? I think Hendo's in there as well. And I think he goes with Thiago. I think he goes with Thiago and Wijnaldum gets subbed on. Okay, I think Wijnaldum will get subbed on for Henderson. That's just what I'm thinking. Maybe Fabinho comes off late in the game if we're trying to push forward more. Okay, you never know with Klopp, all right? And it depends on the system. Because we've seen Klopp, Origi getting ready to come in, and then the team scores a goal and Origi sits down, or vice versa, whatever. So we don't know. Me personally, it's got to be Hendo, Fabinho, and Thiago. Thiago, I just think that midfield is sexy, isn't it? That midfield sounds so amazing. Man. And then the back line, that's the tough part, okay? So while I'm thinking about this, give me your lineup predictions in the chat, guys. So back line, we're going Robbo and Trent, obviously, outside. Obviously, Van Dijk. And I said it. I think he's going to go... I would put Matip there. That's me. I would put Matip there just because of the form Gomez is in. But part of me, like deep down, part of me thinks Klopp is going to start Gomez. I really do. I think part of me is going to start Gomez. And I'm telling you what, if Gomez starts, he's going to have an amazing game. I know it and I feel it. And then we got Adrian in goal. So let me get your lineup predictions here. So yeah, update, and Joe Gomez has been shocking. He has. Unfortunately, he has been a little bit shocking recently. Brian Brown saying Gomez always starts off slow. Fair. I don't know. Always starts off slow though. Really, it's just this season I've noticed he starts off slow. Normally, it's more of an injury thing with Joe Gomez rather than his form. Let's go. Hussein Khalif, welcome. Center back, we don't know what Klopp will do. We'll pick Fabinho over Joe Gomez because Thiago or Matip, because he gets injured. Van Dijk does not give Calvin easy time. Okay, I get what you're saying. Matip because he gets injured, right? And then Virgil van Dijk does not give Calvin easy time. We are looking at an amazing matchup, guys. I cannot tell you how excited I am to see Calvert-Lewin get in Van Dijk's face and Van Dijk just stare him down. Just stare him down like you're nothing. You're trash, okay? Hopefully Calvert-Lewin doesn't score a goal and make me look like an idiot and cross up Van Dijk in the process. But I don't think it's going to happen. I just love the passion that's shown in these games. And I'll never forget, I think it was Mason Holgate, but it could be Calvert-Lewin. But when they pushed Firmino into the main stand like 3 years ago, like that was the moment where I was like, oh my God, I don't want to show respect to this team ever again playing them. All right. And I think it was Mason Holgate, but I could be wrong. And then there was the whole debacle of him accusing Firmino of being racist, but that never counted to anything. But LFC Gamer thinking he ain't playing Matip. Matip needs a run of games. Very fair. Very fair. Maybe he subs on. You know what? That's a good point because normally when Matip is coming back from an injury, what Klopp will do is, it's funny, he'll sub him on in like the 88th minute and give him like injury time to play. So actually it's a good point. Abdallah with the first line of prediction. Let's get into it. Adrian Nino, Virgil van Dijk, Matip, Robbo, Trent, Fabinho, Hendo, and arguably Thiago. Right, that's the area, guys. Is it going to be Thiago or is it going to be Wijnaldum? I think Thiago gets the start. Saleh, Main, and Bobby. That's right, Main. Virgil van Dijk calls him Main. All right. Liz Golden going with Adrian, Trent, Virgil, Matip, and Robbo. I like that back line. That's my prediction as well. Okay. I'm not sure. Why does Richarlison have this weird agenda against Van Dijk? Well, he came out, I don't know. I mean, I think it could be a number of things. It could be flat out doesn't like him. It could be plays for Everton and Van Dijk plays for Liverpool. I don't know. Who knows what they say to each other on the field, you know? We will have a better chance of hearing it now, though, because there's no fans. Let's go Norm Peterson's Barstool going Bobby, Mane, Salah. First time. A lot of people are saying it. Hendo, Thiago, Fabinho. I agree. Virgil van Dijk, Matip, Trent, and Robbo. And that guy that lost the champ, he won't even say his name. He won't even say Adrian's name. Oh, man. Hendo, Fabinho, Thiago, best front three in all the land. Liz, I think you mean midfield, but I know what you're saying. You could probably put them in the front three and they would do amazing. Hassan Khalif saying, I hate Richarlison. Hey, that's fine. Tony Madden, let's give his prediction here. Adrian, Trent, Fabinho. Oh, okay, so he's going Fabinho at the back. Fair. I completely forgot that that's even an option. All right. And who knows, because of Gomez's form, Klopp could do it. Guys. Adrian, Trent, Fabinho, Van Dijk, Robbo. He's going Wijnaldum, Henderson. Are you going? It looks like you're going with a 4-2-3-1. I could be wrong. Jota, Mane, Firmino, Salah. All right. Minamino and Thiago on as subs later on. It looks like you're going to 4-2-3-1, Tony. And we've seen it. We've seen it before. Who's going to slot in behind the striker in that formation? Is it going to be Jota? Or are you going to put Firmino in behind and then Salah up front, Jota, Mane on the wings? Let me know. And guys, here's the thing, okay? If we are able to press them, okay? I don't think, and someone else brought this up earlier in the chat, they have not played a side that plays to the intensity we have. Now, I'm assuming that we are going to pick up the intensity compared to the Villa match, okay? I'm assuming that. But if we pick up that intensity, I don't think they'll be able to hang with us, okay? And I think we're going to come out really strong, okay? We're going to come out strong to the point where, the first 10 minutes of any derby, it's kind of all over the place. The players are nervous, passes are kind of off. It's very back and forth. It's open. It's usually in the middle of the field. I'd be very surprised if the first 5-10 minutes are anything organized, okay? But once the first foul's called, everyone settles down. We'll probably have possession a lot. And that's why I think Ancelotti's going to end up going with that 4-4-2, because he knows we're a possession style team and he's going to try to hit us on the counterattack. Okay. Now, that's where the problem is for me. Okay. That's where the problem is, the counterattack. We cannot be leaky at the back. And that's why we need Henderson in there. And going forward, breaking down a 4-4-2, that's why we need Thiago. And that's why I think you got to start those two. I'll be very surprised if Klopp doesn't start those two, guys. And the other problem is in scoring, flat out scoring at Goodison. We've struggled with it. So I'm hoping that our front three can get that taken care of, given it's the first time the front three have started together. Well, if the lineup stays that way, it'll be the first time the front three started together under Klopp. So LFC Gamer, they've never played a side that has a clown in goal. I guess it goes both ways. Exactly. That's what I was saying. Literally, it's going to be a game of the keepers. Like, the first keeper to mess up is going to be the loser, I feel like. All right. Alistair Knowles in the chat just arrived. Thanks for being here. And it's a must-win game. It absolutely is. And let me go back to that, guys. The reason this is a must-win game, and you guys feel free to share your thoughts about this in the chat. Okay. It is a must-win game because winning against this Everton side, that is the best start since 1890. I don't even know. Something way back in the day. Best start since then. The form we're in, the criticism our players are getting, the trash that has been talked about us over this international break. We need to come back and we need to beat. I think Everton are first on the table. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But we need to beat them. And one, just to establish, look, it doesn't matter what form we're in. We're the best team in Liverpool, okay? And it's going to be like that. You're going to have to deal with it, okay? And then two, it puts Everton in a tough situation because Everton they're under pressure to keep this going. Like I said, they haven't had this good of a start in over 100 years, okay? So they're under pressure to keep this going. Now, we're going to see what they're made of. If they're going to be able to hold up against the pressure. Even if it's a draw, oh, God, I don't want to see a draw. I don't want to see a 0-0. I've seen a 0-0. That was just such a letdown. I don't want to see that. But let's go. LFC Gamer thinks it's a must-win because imagine if Everton win and they go 6 points clear. I don't even want to think about Everton winning this match. I just don't want to. I just want to sit down and I want to watch our boys play the football we've been playing the past 5 seasons under Klopp. I just want to see us press. I want to see us annoy their midfield, and I want to see us counterattack 2 passes, the ball's in the net. That's what I want to see. I want to see this squad destroy this Everton team. That's all I want to see. And you know what? I want Bobby to shut all the haters up because I love Bobby. Wearing the Bobby Firmino jersey right now. The man is a legend, okay? He's in bad form. He needs to be scoring goals, but this is the game to do it. All right? Whew, sorry, I'm getting a little aggressive there. Last three. Okay, so Genie's played the last 3 games for Netherlands, so maybe benched for the game. Yeah, who knows? I mean, a lot of players, they're used to this. They're used to playing those matches. Everton is not a big game. Winning 4 games is nothing. No, you're absolutely right. Winning 4 games is nothing, but to Everton it is. And to the rest of the media who is talking about it, it's a big deal for them. Okay? And to be fair, credit to them because they finally have some stability at the club, or at least it seems like that at this point. Who knows? Anything can happen in this league, guys. You know what I mean? Like, say we end up winning this match and then they just lose like 3 straight or 5 straight. Like, honestly, anything can happen. Anything can happen. We've seen it before. Abdallah saying, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Our players have the enthusiasm to bounce back now. Villa has a tough game against Leicester. Yeah, not too worried about Villa, to be honest with you. But, we absolutely have the enthusiasm to bounce back. And it's all a mindset, guys. You know what I mean? It's all up here. And Klopp has spent the last 5 years instilling that in this squad. It's all up here, okay? It's confidence, all right? It's mentality. It doesn't matter if you're down 3-0, 30-0. Doesn't matter if you're winning. You're always going for the throat. You're always believing, right? Doubters to believers. You're always believing that you go again and you just forget the past game. Guarantee you none of these players are thinking about the last game. And that's what it takes to be a professional. You don't always have to be, you don't only have to be good on the field. You got to be strong up here. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's go up. So Brian Brown, honestly, probably smart for you, buddy. I've been avoiding football news for 2 weeks. I can't go another week like that. We have to win. Yeah, we have to win. It's a must win. I just can't wait for the game. Absolutely cannot wait for the game. Adrian reminds me of Karius and Mignolet. Okay. He alone managed to make Virgil van Dijk lose his defensive cool versus Aston Villa. Adrian in goal really worries me if Alisson was not. Or no, I'm not sure. But you could argue he's a combination of the two. To be fair, I was never not confident with Karius in goal. That's just me, though. I think everyone's opinion of Karius and Mignolet are different. Personally, I wasn't confident with Mignolet in goal. I was confident with Karius in goal, obviously, until the mistake in the final. But I didn't even have time after that to not be confident because he never played. Liz Golden saying the mentality monsters will wreck Everton. Bobby and Hendo to score in the first half. God, how beautiful would that be? Unbelievable. That would be the best start to a half I've seen in so long. Jota could have the virus. I'm afraid to say what it is now. I haven't gotten anything from YouTube, but apparently people are getting notified about about saying it on streams and stuff. But he was with Ronaldo. He comes back to Liverpool and gave it to others in the squad. Well, that's just negative. I don't even want to think about that. That's worst case scenario. So LFC Gamer, Mignolet is so underrated. He never had Van Dijk in defense. He had Kolo Touré and Sacco. Hey, those two are legends. But you're right, to be fair. And Mignolet, I said this at the beginning of the stream. Mignolet, I went back and I was watching all the Merseyside derbies. And I think it was 2013. It could have been before that. But I think Daniel Agger was at the back for that game. And him and Skirtle. And I remember Mignolet he still let in like 2 or 3 goals. But he had like 10 saves in that game. And he played an amazing match. And I was like, why don't I remember this match? Why don't I remember Mignolet being this good? And sometimes it's like that. You have one bad game and that just sticks in your memory for that player. Sometimes it's like that. But you're right. I think I'm not confident with Mignolet, but I do think he is underrated. I think a lot of people think he's a lot worse than he is. And I think the same thing goes for Karius. But match is at 7:30 for us. That's right. Nice and early, bright and early. Nothing like a 7:30 match. You're not even awake yet. You got your coffee or your tea, whatever you're drinking, right? And you turn on the boys and you're just watching. You're just watching, half asleep, kind of dozing off. And then, there's nothing like a 7:30 kickoff. Let's see what else we got. I still miss Skirtle. Yeah, I miss Skirtle. I miss Sacco. Okay, I miss Sacco. I miss Ragnar Klavan. I miss so many players. You guys have no idea. But life goes on. Colo. That's right. Sing it, Abdallah. Sing it. Let's see. That Jota news can't be real if he plays the other day. Wait. Are y'all saying right now, this will be the 3rd stream in a row where breaking news has dropped during the stream. Is somebody saying that Jota has the virus? Is that what someone is saying? Please tell me that's not true. Let's go JK135 here. American Red, by the way. So we got 2 American Reds that I know of in the chat. JK135 and Liz Golden. I love it. Not going to lie, I was a huge fan of Agger and Skirtle. Yeah, me too. Agger's a legend. Slightly better than average to good defenders, but the passion for the club was amazing. And that is the priceless stuff, JK135. The passion for the club, and I think that's why I love Henderson so much. Okay, Henderson scores a goal, and he just explodes. He's screaming. He's mad. He's angry with passion, and I just love it. That is what I love more than anything, like seeing the passion these players have for the club. Let's go. Oh, no, not that one. Okay, thank God. I thought people were saying that Jota had it. That scared me. He just scored a brace and assisted one. Yeah, no. Jota, incredible international break for Portugal. And he was also interviewed after the match. And he was saying, like, this move is good for my career. And I'm hoping that, I can just get on a roll here and really prove myself. And this is another good thing, guys. When you have players like Jota and Minamino having great international breaks, it puts pressure on the front three, okay? And that's good for competition, okay? And another thing I do want to speak about, if you guys haven't been following the links, we are linked with going after Adama Traore for next summer. Now, if you have been following the news for transfers of Adama Traore since probably the middle of last season, he was linked originally with like a £135 million move. Something ridiculous. Now the number's around 70, 60, something like that. So first off, let me know what you guys think of that. And 2, do you think that this is even going to happen? Okay, I just saw that link that was dropped. Who knows? Who knows what Liverpool can do? I think they'll obviously try to knock the price down if that's even the case. But it's obviously the international window is shut. So the rumors are going to start circulating again. And who knows what's going to happen? Agger had "You Never Walk Alone" tattooed on his knuckles. He did. Matthew Callahan in the chat. What a legend. Yo, Kyle, I don't know anything about football. Just here to support a homie. I love it. Appreciate it. Daniel Agger was so underrated. Injuries ruined him just like Sturridge. Yeah, and it's so funny, LFC Gamer. My phone autocorrects Sturridge to Sturbridge also. That is so funny. All right. Yeah, no. The injuries just plague our team, it seems like. Literally, Sturridge could not catch a freaking break. It was unbelievable. Big Shaq. Everyone forgets about Big Shaq. Thank you, Abdallah. Adama Traore is overrated. He's so inconsistent. Exactly. That's another point. He's inconsistent. He's raw. But when he's on and damn near unstoppable. Mignolet started for Belgium this week. Crazy how this all works. Yeah, it's just unbelievable. Belgium have so much talent. It's crazy. I actually didn't know he started for Belgium. It's a good point. No, I don't want him. That's not the player we need. Yeah, true. He offers the speed that we have. He's also, I only think he's like 23. I think he's still pretty young. The question, and a lot of people think there's a debate going on between, if you bring in a player like that, do you have to let one of our front three go? And I don't think you necessarily have to. Look at Minamino and Jota coming in. They're going to push those front three to be better. So Minamino usually coming in and subbing on for that center forward spot. Jota obviously playing on the left wing. Do we bring in another guy on the right side to challenge Salah, right? Harvey Elliott's obviously not there yet. He's still working on it, okay? You have Jota that can play both sides. You have Minamino that can play both sides. You have Origi that can play on the wing too. But are we looking for that one more guy to challenge, So that's what the whole Adama Traore thing comes to. Tony Madden would rather have Sancho than Traore. It's an interesting take. A lot of people would. I'm not saying that I would rather have Traore over Sancho. I honestly wouldn't have either of them if I had the choice. But if it was them or another player, I would go for another player. LFC Gamer, so he's asking Ryan a question. I'm not sure where Ryan is here. If you could bring back 5 players, who would you want back in their prime? Well, Gerrard, obviously. It's a good question. Probably take Gerrard, Torres, Suarez. Ooh, that's tough. Now I got 2 spots. Oh, that's tough. You can't do that to me. Jeez. I don't know. I don't know, guys. It's tough because I have so many personal players for myself that I love that aren't great players, or at least aren't like world-class players. Like personally, I love Ragnar Klavan. I would bring Ragnar Klavan back in a heartbeat. But, some people might be like, who the hell is Ragnar Klavan? You know what I mean? So that's the tough thing. Yeah, no, my name, to be fair, LFC Gamer, my name is in the bottom left hand of the screen. So I'm not calling you out, man, but it is there. And it says Kyle, I think. It does say Kyle. So I don't know who was calling me Ryan. But yeah, so Abdallah saying we have Salah, Shaq, Taki, Wayadama. That would be stupid. Save that cash and get the priorities. Upamecano, however you want to say it, and backup keeper. Yeah, I don't think backup keeper. I don't know. I don't think if that's a priority at the moment. We just brought in Pitalugo, I think his name is, the 17-year-old. He's obviously not a backup. He's a youth player right now. We still have Kelleher. There's a lot of different variables at play. But let me go back to this thing. 5 players you would bring back. So obviously we're going Gerrard. Okay. I would bring Fernando Torres and Suarez did our clubs dirty. I know. I don't like it. I hate it, actually. But I would have Torres back. Torres was something special. If we're going back to the defense, take Jamie Carragher back. I liked watching Jamie Carragher. Oh, God, I don't know. Xabi Alonso is probably in there as well. And you got to remember, like, I'm going for players I watched. You know what I mean? Not like player like Ian Rush, back in the day. None of those guys. But, that's tough. The King. Oh, you got to bring Kenny. Luis Suarez, Fernando Torres, Steven Gerrard, Xabi Alonso. Yeah, so virtually pretty much the same as me. You got it. The defenders that you could throw in there are just, and a lot of people like, what about Hipia? Like, a lot of people forget about that. But score predictions in the chat now. Do it. What are your score predictions? I think, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm not going to make a prediction this stream. And the reason is I'm testing out my superstitions, because every time I've made a prediction on a live stream for a match, we've lost. Okay. I've only done it a handful of times, but we've lost. And it goes back to last season. So Dirk Cout, yeah, 100%. So much passion. I agree. Let's go. 2 a.m. in Mauritius. I've gotten roasted for pronouncing it wrong, but he's still brainstorming how Liverpool can beat Everton. May this Merseyside derby be the most memorable one, with Liverpool winning the match. And honestly, the ones where you're not expecting them to be great, they a lot of times turn out to be great. And I'm so excited for this match. I don't want to be let down. Abdallah thinking it's going to be a 17-15 final score. Hey, I could see it. LFC Gamer bringing back Gerrard, Alonso, Mascherano, Hipia, Suarez. That's a good list as well. Brian Brown saying 3-1. Let's go. Brian Brown, Liverpool. Obviously, yeah, Liverpool winning. Liz Golden saying 1-3 LFC. It's good. I don't want to predict. I'm so afraid to predict now. I know I think it's Darren O'Connor or Tony Madden, I think, are 2 people that are superstitious. I don't know if it's you, Tony. It might be Darren, but there's some people that comment that are always superstitious about predicting the match. But this is what it's going to come down to. First off, if we can rattle Pickford, that is going to be good. I think we need to be putting shots on target from Jump Street. I don't care if we're shooting from outside the box. Have Thiago or Fabinho take a shot from 25 yards out. Do it. Make Pickford work and worry, okay? Put balls right on the line. Make him work. I think Pickford is one of those keepers that is easy to rattle. And to be fair, Adrian is too. It must be said. Tony Madden, that's right. I can't make a prediction. I always jinx it if I do. I'm afraid I'm becoming that too, my friend. Who is your favorite non-LFC player ever? Jeez, give me a second to think about that. Don't you dare predict. Yeah, I'm not going to predict. I'm afraid to predict. All right. Favorite non-LFC player ever. Figured I'd answer this while the score predictions are rolling in, guys. I think I'm probably growing. Probably Tim Howard or I don't know. JK 135. 3-2. We score in extra time. Kloppo on the field hugging Adrian and all is forgotten. That is wow. That is like best case scenario right there. Imagine if Klopp runs onto the field just like he did with Allison, and then Allison gets jealous. Oh man, these are good scenarios. Kyle, how did you find out about Liverpool the first time? Was it on TV? I actually found out about it through FIFA. When I started playing FIFA, and then the guy I do the show with, Steven, actually introduced me to the club. And then I just watched the first match. I watched, not the first match, but I started watching Premier League matches. First match I saw at Anfield. I can't even explain it. Falling in love with a team, and this goes for any sport, can't be described. It was like the goosebumps I got. It's rare to get goosebumps from other sports, for me at least. But like when I heard You'll Never Walk Alone, when I heard the crowd, like the whole game was different for me, guys. You got to understand, like being in America, sports, there's chants and stuff like defense, you know what I mean? But in England, like they sing, they make songs. Like that was so interesting to me. And then I started learning the Liverpool songs. I started hearing them and knowing the words. And honestly, I fell in love with the club. I can't even explain it. It's just, and the rest is history. Now I'm here streaming. All right. Abdallah, bruh. Everton had 2 from West Bromwich Albion and 2 from Brighton. What about the greatest front 3? To be honest, going with 4-2. I like it. All right. Here's the question. Pickford or Adrian? I'm going with Adrian. You can't trick me into picking Pickford. All right. I'm sorry. I just don't like Pickford. Is just an odd keeper. I don't know if I'm a fan. There's no extra time. It's added time in Premier League games. All right. Added, extra, whatever. Injury, whatever you want to call it, guys. We need the Ox because he likes to shoot. All right. So Brian's thinking that we need to be taking shots outside the box, obviously. Ox outside of the box. Taking shots. Everyone wants to walk the ball in goal, always shouting, just shoot. You know, to be fair, like sometimes, like when players just rip it, sometimes you need that. Sometimes there's too much tension in the game. There's too many nerves. Sometimes you just need a player to just take a shot. You know what I mean? Was that before Istanbul? No, it was not before Istanbul. But trust me, I've gone back and I've watched everything. My first LFC Anfield game was in person, was Roy Hodgson's first game, 2 versus Arsenal. 1-1, Joe Cole sent off. Man, Roy Hodgson. What a time that was. Yeah. So, no, I'm not going to do it. I was going to do my score prediction, but no. So, let's wrap it up here with the final thoughts, guys, okay? 1, I'm so excited for this match, all right? 2, we need to put Pickford and their defense under pressure because, okay, like who was saying this? Someone was just saying it. Abdallah saying they're letting in goals against these sides, okay? To be fair, we are too. Both defenses are leaky. If we can get on the front foot and put pressure on their defense first, I think we come out with the win, okay? Now, excuse me. Pressure on Pickford in the back line. We have, and number 3, technically, our midfielders need to be getting back this game. We can't have such a high line that our midfielders are literally in our opposition's box, and then they start to counterattack, and we only have Gomez and Van Dijk or Van Dijk and Matip tracking back. We can't have that again. There's too much space, and for some reason, they're not in good form. It used to be just Van Dijk needed to be back there. That's how it used to be. But for some reason, it's not like that anymore. So that's the other thing. And the last thing, Adrian just needs to be solid. I don't need him to be perfect. I just need him to be solid. If you're under pressure, get rid of it. Clear it, okay? If you're not confident in your left foot, just punt it. I can't have him. I need a solid game. That's it. I just need a solid game from Adrian. I'll be happy. Downturn Abbey was the other one. I knew there was another one. Welcome. Downturn Abbey was the other one, saying there's no way predicting the scoreline. I always jinx it. I knew there's always people that are nervous to predict it. And I think I'm turning into that now, guys, because like I was saying, if you're just joining us, when I predict it recently on the streams, when I predict it, shit hits the fan. All right. I predicted the Villa match. We all know how that turned out. Okay. And I'm trying to think of the other matches I predicted. I've predicted the Arsenal matches we've lost. Oh God. I just don't want to predict anything anymore. JK135 saying, did you go to Carragher's when Jamie Webster played last year during preseason for the match, sang the Virgil song so loud I lost my voice? No, but I have been to Carragher's. If you're talking about the one in New York, I went there 2 or 3 years ago to watch the West Ham game. It was in February. It was in February because I remember we went to a Knicks game as well. I'm a big Knicks fan. And went to Carragher's there and, of course, ordered a Carlsberg. Tastes like shit, by the way. I'm just saying I didn't like the taste of it. All right. But no, that bar was awesome. And started singing. I mean, dude, it is just a different experience, these bars. And yeah, no, but I did go and we beat West Ham 4-0, I believe. Let's go down. Adrian up front, put Milner in goal. Alistair Knowles, let's do it. I am completely down. Put Milner in the goal. See what else. Tony Madden, we need to keep Calvert-Lewin quiet. That's right. And I think that's going to be Van Dijk's job. And honestly, I'll put Van Dijk up against anybody. I don't care what kind of form he's in. I feel like Van Dijk can just shut down anyone. It doesn't matter. Prime Touch Soccer in the chat. Thanks for joining us, saying, I agree, the game will be decided in the midfield. Yeah, so midfield is going to decide it. And I also think it's going to be a match of the goalkeepers as well. Midfield and goalkeepers, right? First goalkeeper to make a mistake, it's going to happen. Something's going to happen. Someone's going to score. Who knows? Abdul G predicting a 3-1 win. Love it. Casey Sawyer saying, loving the show. Love it. Thanks, Casey. I've not seen our last game, Brian Brown. Are you talking about the Villa match? I saw the first goal and I just walked out. Oh, come on, man. The first goal, you left after the first goal? Man, I don't know, man. James freaking Milner. James freaking Milner. Liz, I need you to say that every stream now. All right, you just need to remind everyone. James freaking Milner. Rockstar saying we should win. The boys are back, and they hopefully learned something from Villa. I can tell you what, they definitely learned something. Harbinder Singh saying Fabinho and Van Dijk at the back. Okay, I could see it. That's the second person predicting that. I don't think it's a must win. Okay, I'd take a draw, but it would be great for confidence if we won. I wouldn't take a draw, and I don't want to take a draw. Like I'm tired of drawing at Goodison. I know it's probably not as much as I think it is, but I feel like we've drawn at Goodison so much recently, and I want to destroy this team. I want to put them in their place because, to be fair, you're right. They haven't necessarily played top teams yet, but they've still won all four. That's the only thing I want to say. And then Harbinder again going midfield, Thiago, Hendo, Genie. Okay, so I'm 100% game with Thiago and Hendo. The big question is, who is the third one? Does he go with Genie or does he go with Fabinho? But you're putting Fabinho at the back, so yeah, Wijnaldum would start in yours. Adrian, as Bill Belichick would say, do your job. Yeah, no, you got to. You're a goalkeeper. You know, if you're gonna make a mistake, no, just don't even think about it. You shouldn't be thinking like negatively, like, "Ooh, I'm afraid to make a mistake." Because if you're afraid to fail, you're gonna be nervous. You're gonna mess up. So he should just go with his instincts, right? We've seen Adrian have he's instinctually, he's a goalkeeper, right? We've seen him have great games. If you're nervous, if you're under pressure, get rid of it. You don't have to find a player and risk an interception. You don't have to just clear the ball to a player. Like, don't force it is what I'm trying to say. Don't force the ball out of your box just to try to play out from the back, okay? I think Klopp is going to tell the team, look, you got to cope to the keeper a little bit. Adrian isn't a sweeper keeper, right? Allison is. So when Allison's there, we can play it back. But with Adrian there, if you're going to pass it back to the keeper, Adrian, distribute the ball over the top. That's what I'd be telling him. Hendo in midfield for sure. That's right. Liverpool FC. How did you get that name? I feel like Liverpool would have taken it. But yeah, Hendo's got to be in the midfield. Tempo control, energy, direction, everything. Adrian thinks he's better than he is. Honestly, I'd rather have a keeper who is confident than one who's nervous to play, to be fair, Brian. But, you know, I'd rather have a player that's confident. I'd rather have Adrian in there. He's confident. You know, maybe if you're cocky, that could come against you, but he should not be overconfident after the mistake he made. I think every keeper occasionally needs that just to bring it back down to earth, right? Just to bring it back down, look and say, hey, everyone can make mistakes. You got to be smarter next time with the ball, all right? He tried to pass it to Gomez with his left foot. Completely, it was a horrible pass. So next time he knows, hey, if I'm under pressure, I'm either going to give it right back to Van Dijk or Robbo, whoever passed it to him, okay? Or I'm going to clear the ball long with my right foot because that left foot was trash. Reds, you'll never walk alone. Adrian is such a liability. We need him gone or benched for Kelleher. Completely disagree with that. Adrian is a proven, not great, but he's played in the Premier League. He's way better than Kelleher, but I could see the argument you're making. I could see maybe give Kelleher a chance, but Adrian, you got to play Adrian, okay? It would be the end of the world for this fan base if Kelleher plays and we lose to Everton, okay? It would be the end of the world. People would be saying, why would you not play Adrian, right? But those same people are going to be talking crap about Adrian if Adrian plays and we lose. So, catch 22. You can't win until Allison comes back. Let's go. Downturn Abby saying, I said we were wrapping this show up, but honestly, we're just going to keep going until, because my mouth is extremely dry. Hold on. And Downturn Abbey, I agree with you. He only made one mistake and 3 unreal deflections went in for goals. He did, not everything was his fault. You can put a lot of blame on Gomez. You can put a lot of blame on the whole team because the whole team played extremely lethargic. But let's not get all negative about that match. That's in the past. Let's go. Tony Madden agreeing with Downturn Abbey. Yeah, no, I think everyone, if you go back and watch the match, it was 100% a team loss. Obviously, Adrian made that brutal mistake that you could argue snowballed into what it was, but it was a whole team. The whole team lost. Yeah. And okay, here we go. After Allison's mad handball at the Brighton game. I'm trying to think what you're talking about. You're probably having your own conversation. I'm just trying to butt in here. But let's go. I'm going to predict. Oh, God, I almost caught myself again predicting the score. But I am going to wrap up the stream. First off, I just want to appreciate everyone for tuning in. A lot of you guys are returners, and I just can't thank you guys enough for coming and supporting the stream, giving your thoughts in the chat, because that's all we're trying to build here is a good community of Liverpool fans who just come and chat about the squad, right? So if you're new, give it a thumbs up, right? If you enjoy the stream, give it a thumbs up. And like I said, if you're new, subscribe to the channel. I'm thinking about doing the post-match analysis on the Sunday summary, but depending on the outcome of the game, how intense it is or the result, I may do a post-match analysis directly after the game since it is an early game, but I may want to watch the rest of the games for the day. So who knows? But yeah, I'm excited for the match, guys, and I appreciate you guys being here. And I'll be on the lookout for the Sunday summary. Same time as usual. Well, I can't even speak anymore. Same time as usual, we will be doing. There we go. My mouth is so dry. 8:30. Hopefully that time works for everyone, and I will see you guys there. Go Reds, and let's destroy Everton. I'm praying we destroy Everton. All right? Take care, guys.